All right, let's get started.
Welcome to the Freecom podcast.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to a new podcast. Today we have a guest,
Hello.
Gerben. For all the English people, the is very hard to pronounce.
And how do you say it in English, your own name?
How do you say
Yeah,
it? If
Mr.
someone asks?
Gerben or something.
Gerben.
Yeah,
Gerben, Gerben,
Gerben.
Gerben.
Gerben. Gerben is one of our seven-figure students. Maybe you have seen him before on an image, on a picture, holding his seven-figure award. And today we're just going to, he is going to share his story and just talk about business mindset, the path, and everything. So, yeah, maybe you can start by quickly sharing, just quickly, who you are, and yeah, what you do right now.
Yeah, so my name is Gerben. I'm 27 years old, and yeah, I'm from the Netherlands. And yeah, I started dropshipping about 3 years ago. So during the first COVID lockdown, I didn't know what to do back then. I was still at school back then, and yeah, I saw this opportunity and I decided to go for it. And yeah, right now I'm still doing dropshipping and yeah, mostly doing Pinterest.
Mm-hmm. Great. So you started in 2020.
Yeah.
Great. Let's go back a little bit before 2020. Where did you grow up?
In the Netherlands. So I just had a normal grow up. So just go to school and then next to that I work a bit but yeah I always had the feeling that work was not what I want. So
What job did you have?
yeah, I
what did
worked
you
next to my school in a factory where they make meat.
I also worked in a factory.
Nice.
I made cheese. You
Yeah,
made meat.
I make meat. So and I was doing business administration. So you get to the point that you had to go to the office the whole day from 9 to 5. And yeah, at my school I have to do internships.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I was at that internship, I thought, well, what am I doing here?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't like it at all. But yeah, I thought that was the only way possible
Mm-hmm.
for me in this life. And yeah, every time I was happy to came back to school. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what were the tasks you had to do at the internship? Like what do you do as a business administrator?
Yeah, so just bookkeeping. So
Yeah.
booking invoices.
That's all the work we outsource because we don't like to do
Indeed.
it.
Yeah, I've also outsourced it right now. So
Yeah. I think everyone that starts wants to outsource this as fast as possible. So okay, and okay, what age were you when you were studying? When you were doing business
yeah, it
administration?
was from my 20s till 25 or something. So
And did you finish it or did you quit with it?
that's a funny story. So I was in my last year and I did my final internship, and I was 1 week at that office, and then COVID came.
Mhm.
So I must do the internship from home. And yeah, that was very difficult. I didn't know any people, and yeah. So because I just started there, so
Mhm.
yeah, it was very hard for me, and I also I don't like it at all.
Mhm.
So yeah, I had came back to school. I had a talk with with my teachers, and yeah, that was the point I decided to quit.
So you said 4 years and then you quit.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I
Nice.
quit. I quit school in my last year because I had fully confidence in myself that with dropshipping I can make a living.
So you started dropshipping already?
Yeah, I was
or-
just starting out.
Oh, okay. But were you making profit? Were you making money? Or-
No.
So you just took a leap of faith.
Yeah, so I burned all my ships literally and decided to go for.
That's interesting because
Yes.
that's something you don't hear a lot. Usually, it's like either they're gonna finish their study first or it's like the first or second year and they
Mhm.
quit. Like if you quit in your first or second year,
Yeah.
that's fine. But 4 years, did you feel like you threw away those 4 years? Did you have any like feeling that I really need to have this degree, or was it
Yeah,
easy
yeah.
decision?
If I could start over, I wasn't going to school, but so I threw away those 4 years. But yeah, I also learned a lot. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, to the most people, I just tell them I finished school because I don't want them to know, because if I tell them, a lot of people get angry because in their mind you have to finish school and you have to go to work.
Yeah.
So when I say I quit school in my last year, they get angry at me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just doing what I think is the best for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And do you still say that, or was that at the beginning?
Yeah, yeah. Most people know it right now, but yeah, I don't talk a lot about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's interesting. So you quit school because you felt like you're going to do dropshipping, you're going to make it successful. Why did you think so?
Because
'Cause
saw.
I had the same feeling. Like when
Yeah.
I started, I saw other people that were doing it, and for me, it was like I went to their Facebook, I looked at their pictures, how they wrote, and I think these people can't be smarter than me. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't want
Yeah.
to sound like a dick, but these people they can't be smarter than me.
Mhm.
If they can do it, I can do it too. But what was your reason to believe that you
Yeah,
could do
that's
this?
also what I thought. So I just saw other people's results, and yeah, if they can do it, I can do it too.
Mm-hmm.
So it isn't just that hard. So yeah, it takes a lot of time, but yeah, when you invest that time, it's not that hard. So yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I'm going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
That was also my my password for a lot of Shopify sites. So I'm going to make it.
Nice, nice.
So I had so much belief in myself, and yeah, that's one of the reasons I am where I am now.
Is that belief something you always had?
No, not. No, I don't think so.
Because I can imagine if you had some prior successes in your life, or you always felt like things were easy for you, then it's easy to have this belief that
Yeah.
you can do something and you can make it. But yeah, I'm wondering if that's the case, or you just felt like this specific thing I can make it work.
Yeah, school was also not hard for me. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was yeah, I did an MBO. It's called in Netherlands,
Mm-hmm.
but it was far below my before
Capacity.
below my yeah. So
Mhm.
yeah, I did it very easy, and next to that I did an HBO opleiding,
Mm-hmm.
and that was also very easy for me. So yeah, I didn't had any
Yeah. But then you're constantly getting the confirmation that stuff is easy. It's funny
Mhm.
because
yeah
I think when you're in school, it doesn't really matter what level you're doing. It's better to do a lower level, but things are very easy, so you constantly get the confirmation
Mhm.
that you can make things work pretty easily,
Yeah.
instead of like doing a higher level and then constantly failing or something.
Mhm.
yeah. Never thought about like that, but yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like self-confidence, or like believe in yourself. If
Mhm.
you got the feedback in your entire life that you're not good at stuff and things don't work out for you, then automatically you believe this as well. And if things
Mhm.
go easy, like, and it could also be something like learning a sport or something, like if those things always come easy to you, or learning something new, then you automatically have that belief.
Mhm. Some sort of self-confidence.
Because it takes a lot of belief to quit in your 4th year and then
Mhm.
not have not gotten any results yet, but already feeling like, all right, I'm just going to do this and it's gonna work out.
Yeah.
And
You don't often hear this.
but did you all right, so you made that decision, but wasn't there any feeling of fear or doubt, or is this the right path, or are you just so blindly
Yeah,
with faith?
I just had a feeling that this was it for me.
Mhm.
So for years I had the feeling from I don't want to work, but yeah, there is no other way.
Mhm.
And then I saw this, and it was like a switch in my mind from this is it, this is
Mhm.
my way out.
Mhm.
And yeah, since the day, yeah, I'm believing in myself and just going for it.
Mhm.
What was your first contact with dropshipping, where you heard about it first or saw it first?
Yeah, so yeah, I was at home in the first lockdown, and yeah, at the beginning you going to watch Netflix all day or something, don't do anything at all. But I get bored very fast.
Mm-hmm.
So and then I was I saw a YouTube video from someone who was telling that yeah, you need to invest in yourself in this moment because now you have the time. And so I was looking at some videos about investing because I had some money, so I want to invest that into stocks or crypto or whatsoever. And then I saw a video of the big dropshipper in the Netherlands, Joshua Kaats,
Mm-hmm.
and he was talking about real estate. And yeah, they were constantly talking about dropshipping, and I didn't know what that was. So I paused the video, I looked it up on Google, and yeah, and then after the video, if you scroll through Facebook, you see immediately all the ads about it because yeah, you looked it up,
Mhm.
and yeah, that's how I heard about it.
Okay.
Okay, and um, that's interesting. So in 2020, you first learned about dropshipping. I feel like 2020 is the year when a lot of people started. You you really saw a big difference between 2019 and 2020. Like then it was kind of like at its peak, and a lot of people started. Um, did you like before this ever thought about starting a business, or is this literally the first time where you?
No, not at all.
Okay.
So I also didn't know that I had to start a business
Uh,
because I bought a first course, and then the first module was that I need to start a business and go to the
Chamber of Commerce.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was very I was very nervous to do that, but I didn't know I had to do that. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so yeah, I never had the feeling that I need to do an own business or something.
Feels like a very big thing if you get your first business.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Even if you don't make any money yet, you feel like you're something because you own a business.
Mhm. And this is also one of the procrastination issues of the beginners. I have to make an own business, and then
But I
And-
feel like that's really like feels like that's like a typical thing that feels like a very big step, but once you've done it, it's like
it was
Yeah,
This-
it
this
was
was
it
it.
was nothing.
yeah.
You just have to go there,
Yeah.
write yourself in, and you can go home.
yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Great. So yeah, tell us about how it all started. So you found this ad, I think,
Yeah,
and what happened?
yeah. So I just bought that course. So and then I started, and yeah. So yeah, I'm building my website. Watch all those videos, but yeah, the first couple of months it was very hard. But yeah, I keep pushing myself and watch a lot in the Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, a lot of people were posting their results, and in those results they all mentioned someone who helped them, a coach or something. And literally every post was about "Yeah, I got good results, and thanks for helping me." So they all thank a coach, and that's why I thought, well, I also need a business coach because with only a course I'm not gonna make it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I invested in a coach, and then yeah, things were very good. So I started in May or something, and then in October I had my first success.
And you started in Ecom Tricks, right?
Yeah, and a couple of weeks after that with the Dropship Academy.
Because I think we first saw each other in 2020,
Mm-hmm.
where like did you go to the, because to give some background, Gerben was in a course where I was a coach in 2020, or at least I did some group coachings there, and maybe some one-on-one. I can't really remember.
Yeah, I just saw you in a group coaching, I think.
Yeah, so that's where I know you from. So you went to the group coachings, okay, and then you did a one-on-one coaching, and you were still running on Facebook. Facebook ads.
Yeah, it was Facebook. Yeah.
Okay.
So I had 2 coaches back then. So one for making product pages and finding products, and the other one was doing the Facebook ads for me.
Okay. Okay. So, but then did you like? How did you pay them?
Yeah, they just get a percentage of the ad spend. I think I didn't know, or from the revenue. I didn't know.
So it was like kind of like an agency and
Yeah,
a coach
yeah.
at one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. And okay, so in October, like what numbers did you do?
Yeah. So on Thursday, I think I was at 100 or 200 euros a day, and then on Friday it peaked to my first 1,000 euros a day, and then
In 1 week.
No, in one day.
In 1 day.
1,000 euros in one day.
Yeah, and
that spike.
yeah, so my biggest revenue was like 300 euros a day or something, and then I go to 1K a day. Because he was scaling my ads, I didn't know how to do it myself. And then on Saturday it was 4K, on Sunday 6, and on Monday 7K in one day. And yeah, I didn't know what to do. It was so crazy. And yeah, on that Sunday I turned on my Shopify notifications, and I just was laying on my bed, enjoying the constantly that cash sound. It was crazy.
Okay, and then someone else was scaling this.
Yeah.
Were they like? Did they have a good margin? Like,
yeah,
that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Is
if they? Yeah, the margin was not that good because he scaled so aggressively. So yeah, and then on Monday it was at 7K, and then my business manager got blocked. So on that Tuesday I was at 0.
This was right at the time of the U.S. elections, where everything got blocked.
Yeah, it was like end October or that region.
Okay, so that's interesting, because I feel like a lot of people that are going to watch this are going to experience something similar, or have experienced something similar. Like it's starting to take off, or it's doing well, and then a block. What do you do from there?
Yeah, so I had my first success, and then my business manager got blocked. So just starting over, fixing a new business manager. Then that also get blocked. So then start over again. Then my whole profile got blocked, so I couldn't advertise on my own name. Then
sounds like you're telling my story.
Then I picked the Facebook account from my mom, also got blocked. And yeah, at that time I didn't know what to do, so I just figured out how to find products, how to make good product pages, how to advertise. I know how to do it, but Facebook didn't allow me to do it, and that was very annoying. And yeah, then someone came with Google Ads, so I tried that, but Google was stricter than Facebook back then, so I also got blocked on Google. And yeah, that was some point I thought, maybe it isn't for me. Maybe I just have to go to work, because I also was running out of money. And yeah, toen in December 2020, I saw you came with the Pinterest course, and you had the marketing angle. You didn't get blocked, so with my last money, I bought your course and started with Pinterest.
The last reserve.
Yes.
Okay, and
but wait, one step back. How was your mindset at that point, that you blocked several times? Because this is what is happening with many people, that they have a lot of.
This is actually why a lot of people quit. So
a
lot of people
didn't quit.
A lot of people where Gerben said, like, I doubt if it's gonna work. Maybe I should just go back to a normal job. A lot of people do this.
Yeah, so one thing was that I quit school, so I didn't have I didn't have a degree. So
Ships were already burned, so
yeah, I burned my ships, so
You
I
burnt
couldn't
your
do
ships.
anything else. And yeah, I was still at that point. Yeah, other people had success with it, so I can also make it.
Mhm.
And if they can do it, I can do it too. And I still feel that this is it for me. I just had that feeling, and yeah, I won't quit. So I just keep on going until I succeed.
Mhm.
But you could go back to like, I don't know if you had a job on the side. Do you
At
still
that
work at the
moment,
factory or
yeah,
something?
at that moment, no.
But you could like say, okay, I'm just going to work at a meat factory again for a bit to save some money again. Why not choose that?
Yeah, I want to fully focus on this, and
Mhm.
yeah, if I tell myself that I need to go back to work, only if it's a couple of hours, then yeah, the trust get lower in
Mhm.
yourself, and then you at some point you will work more and more and more, and then at some point you are back at 40 hours a week, I think. So
I think I 100% think you made the right decision. And I think it's like I see this sometimes it's kind of like an ego thing maybe. If you once made some money online and you did it on your own, it's really hard to go back to a normal job
Mhm.
because you're
Yeah.
basically telling yourself, I'm not good enough.
Mhm.
And I see this a lot with people. Well, not like, I think like in your situation, most people, they would go back to a job or maybe do something, some freelancing or something, because they know you can make money online. They already like created this belief. But yeah, I think it's the right decision. And personally, for me too, if I would have to go back to a normal job right now, that would feel very, very strange. Like
I
Mhm.
can do it, I think.
Mhm.
I will, yeah, I can't imagine this. But okay.
Yeah, and also in the course from the Dropship Academy, the first module was about mindset, and I never learned about mindset before, but the first module was about mindset. So yeah, if it's the first module, it has to be important. So I just follow that whole course about mindset, and after that, I also read all that books, like the classic Think and Grow Rich or something.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So yeah, I also worked on my mindset the first couple of months of my business, and that helped me also a lot. And a couple of years before that, I already was going to the gym every day, and yeah, that also helped a lot to train your discipline and to
Mhm.
keep on going. Also, you don't see results.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Do you feel like you had a big mindset shift
Yeah,
in
definitely.
that first year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because this is what we talked about in the call from Wednesday.
Mhm.
The mindset shift that you have to make. I remember this as well. I was already like doing some. I already like similar to you. Already went to the gym, did some meditation, but still, even though I was already meditating, like once I got into that, I think it was pretty much the same for me. I got into the course, checked all those mindset modules. Then it really starts to like. Then you're really starting to get into all the books, podcasts, all the mindset stuff, and you really make a big shift. You
Mhm.
learn a lot of things very fast about mindset, which you really need in order to make it succeed.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's all about how do you think about things. So that's the difference between someone at the beginning and where I am now. So how do you look to things? How do you think about things?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's maybe even the difference between where a lot of people would quit after like getting blocked so often,
Mm-hmm.
but you continue to keep going. Maybe a lot of those guys that would have quit there didn't check the entire mindset module, and they were not reading and they were not doing the mindset training.
And what is even more important is your intention, your first decision to start with it, to burn your boats, and to have that great desire.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have not that desire and that urgency, you are not fully
fire.
into it. You are not fully
Yeah,
into
yeah,
it,
you have
and
to
that's the difference with you and many beginners that we talk about with, that they see it as something on the side and just hoping that it works.
Yeah, it's the fire.
Indeed.
How it's often called, the obsession, urgent feeling that you need to make this work.
Yeah, you have to
exactly.
have to have a really strong why, and it hasn't to be something positive, but it can also be pain. So for me, it was I don't want that 9 to 5. That was so much pain for me that I keep on going.
Okay, I want to get back to this fire later, but let's continue the story. December 2020, you got my course. How did it go from there?
Yeah, so in December I started with the course, and then I think in January I did a 10K month or something, and yeah, in the months after it I keep on learning, and then in April I did 50K or something. So that was my first big month. And but yeah, I scaled up a product, didn't check the quality, so I get back all the products. And
where were you selling? In the Netherlands or?
Yeah, in the Netherlands. Yeah. So and back then I let the returns get back to my home, so I get like 10 package a day or something from.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and the order service was thinking, for what are you doing? I get so much package, and then I told the customer support that just send them back the money. They don't have to send the product, but yeah, I can't do anything with it. So yeah, I make my first profit in that month, and then after it was all gone. About
how many returns did you get? Like, what's the percentage?
Yeah, percentage I don't know, but it overall it cost me like 20K or something.
Okay. So you made 20K loss, or did you just break even or something?
Yeah, break even, I think.
Okay. That's that happens a lot too with dropshippers.
Yeah, so yeah, I got my first success with Facebook, then I get a massive setback, and then I had my first success with Pinterest, and then another setback. But yeah, that's how it goes with building a business. It can't go up all the time. You have to deal with the struggles as well. But yeah, back then that was very hard for me. But yeah, at this moment I enjoy it.
Yeah. That's also just a mindset thing. Once you realize it's just a lesson, then
it's part of the game.
At some point, you're almost going to enjoy it. You feel like, hey,
yeah, I really enjoy it, because if everything goes right, I become comfortable and lazy, and then yeah, this keep me motivated and sharp to keep on pushing.
Okay, so 2 major setbacks. The the bad product is a big one for a lot of people as well. I know a lot of stories like this. I want to get into how you prevent stuff like this. Like now, like 2-3 years later, of course, you structure your business in a different way to prevent all this stuff. So we can talk about that in a second. But this is again like a point where people would give up. How did you overcome this? How did you go from here?
Yeah, what I what I always say to myself is, at this moment, a lot of people quit. If I push through, then I will be that 1% that have success. And
Indeed.
Yeah, and every time I tell myself, if it was easy, then everyone is successful. And yeah, almost no one is successful, so it is very hard. So yeah, that motivates me to keep on pushing. So I know it wasn't easy, and that's why a lot of people quit. And every time I get a setback, I know a lot of people quit now. If I push through, then I have less competition. So it's also a mindset switch.
I sometimes refer to an obstacle run. It's like you're running like let's say a marathon with obstacles, like just a mud master run or something. And at the end there's the big prize, and you know that if you're gonna like pick a random group of 100 people, then only a small percentage is going to make it. and you just have to like continue going, and eventually you're gonna make it. But not like at the start, not everyone realizes there's a prize at the end. So if there's an obstacle or they get tired or something, they're going to quit and they're going to continue with whatever they're doing. But as long as you keep in mind that there's a prize at the end, after every setback, all you have to do is just to continue, then it's very easy to continue.
Yeah, and at that time I also enjoyed my life because I had already the freedom because I didn't have a 9 to 5 job, so I could go to the gym whenever I want. So a lot of people were complaining that they had to train in the evening when it's the whole gym is busy. So everything is blocked, so they can do a proper training, and I can just train in the afternoon when there is no one there. And yeah, so I really enjoyed my life, and I really had the freedom back then. So yeah, that was also a reason not to quit, because I want to continue having this life.
So it's one of your motivations to like have this freedom, because it's, for me, it was exactly the same. Like I really enjoy being able to make decisions. Like it doesn't matter that I'm still working 8 hours a day, most of the time, even more. That doesn't matter. Like it's more about the work that you do. Like it's a lot more fulfilling if you have your own business to work on instead of some bookkeeping of another business. And the fact that you, if you want to, can take a day off or can go somewhere to do something fun, or even just go to the gym whenever you want. Like it's when you're doing this for a while, for me, 4 years, over 4 years, for you 3 years now, at some point you almost forget what a luxury it is that you can actually go to the gym whenever you want.
Yeah.
It's crazy when I think about it that most people can't even decide what time of the day they go to the gym.
Yeah.
Like
So and once for me it's standard, but it's very
you're literally
nice.
a slave if you can't even decide
Indeed,
when you go to the gym. Okay, but let's continue the story. This is in April 2021. Big setback.
I just continue, and at that moment, I think after that, in May or June or something, I was talking with Florian and Lucien from the Ecom twins, and they were really scaling hard back then on Pinterest, and they also did some coaching on the side. So together with Lucien, I did some one-on-one coachings to scale up some products. And then in August I did my first 100K month.
Yeah, I think like in April or around that time they were doing 100K on Pinterest.
Yeah.
I was helping them, they were helping you.
Yeah.
So indirectly you got coaching from me. Eventually it got straight to me, but okay, so in August 100K. That's nice. And then good products, no issues.
Yeah, no issues with products, luckily. So also a good profit. And then in September Pinterest came with that CBO switch, so you couldn't do ABO anymore. And that was also very hard because my whole strategy wasn't working anymore. So I just get down to 50K or something. And I did that for from September to April 2022, every month around 50-60K a month. And for me, I thought that was the ceiling. I couldn't go any further than that. And then I talked to you. I guess it was on Facebook or something, when I asked you something about the Shopify app or something. And you told me that if I was interested in a strategy call. And I did that, and then they were telling me that I can scale a lot more. So back then he was the guy who had a strategy call with. I was doing 600K a month or something with Pinterest. So 50K was nothing, but I thought that was all I could do. So then I decided to do a one-on-one coaching with you. and yeah, from there it started to take off again. And then in August, I did my second 100K month.
So August is your lucky month.
Yeah, so yeah, I also tell that a lot to other people, that the summer period is always a good period for Pinterest.
Yeah.
So like this period, April is always a little bit harder.
This is like around this time, I'd say usually it starts to
Yeah, so
get better.
I also see that now by myself. It started to take off again, and then the summer periods are always good
Mhm.
moments for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. And I think like so 2021 August, that's when you really started to make profit, right? Because
Yeah.
before you had the setback and then the bad products, so you had to like basically refund everything, and then you were really starting to make money. Okay, and fast forward now, April 2023, May 2023 already. Just a quick overview, because I think not a lot has changed from there, right? You just continue to sell on Pinterest. I
Yeah.
know there was a small dip again, like
Yeah,
at the
so
end of last year.
Yeah. So what I said before the podcast, if everything is going right, then I become comfortable and lazy.
Mm-hmm.
So that also happened back then, and yeah, I had everything outsourced. So I built a whole team, and I have everything outsourced. So also the product research, and yeah, dropshipping product research is the most important factor.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we tested a lot of products, but none of the products were working. And yeah, I just thought it was laying on Pinterest, or that the time of the year wasn't good. I was searching for excuses to not blame myself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the revenue was going down and down, and then yeah, at some point in December, I started thinking, I need to do something because this is not right. So yeah, and then I got another mindset switch, that I need to take extreme ownership, and yeah, I'm the one responsible and no one else. So
Mhm.
yeah, then I started to grind again.
Yeah, I think this is very interesting. This happens to a lot of entrepreneurs. Happened to me as well. I think almost everyone, like when it's doing really well, especially if you outsource a lot of things, you start to get comfortable. You start to have days where you're behind your laptop, where you feel like you should work, but you're really just questioning yourself, what am I going to do right
Mhm.
now? Because
Yeah.
everything is outsourced. What am I going to do? And then you lose grip on your business, and then it's going down again, and then you need to have that realization that you need to take responsibility and actually start focusing on different things that are going to make the business grow, instead of like just continue to do with what works until now, because you constantly, if you
Yeah,
want to keep growing, like
you want to keep improving yourself and the business.
yeah.
So that's what I'm doing now. So every time if it's going good, it always can get better. So you need to constantly keep improving yourself. So yeah, that was a big lesson for me last year, that
Mm-hmm.
I am the one responsible for everything, no matter what. And yeah, I have to keep grinding, keep pushing myself to go for it.
Mm-hmm. And then I remember that you said that you were doing 100K again. It was in December, or
In December I was at 30K or something. So one of my baddest months in like 2 years.
then in January it started to do well.
Yeah,
again.
in January, there was Chinese New Year, so I couldn't scale up. But I tested a lot of products, and then in February it took off again, and then in February I was at 100K again.
Nice. And right now, because I know like we're recording this podcast on May 13th, 12th, I don't know, something. Um, right now there's some issues in Pinterest. Pinterest is changing some things, some algorithm updates, creative updates, stuff that are making it hard for a lot of people to continue. How is that for you? Is
Yeah, so I just see it as it's an obstacle, but like I said, I really enjoy the obstacles. So yeah, I'm just keep testing new things, keep improving the strategy to to make sure we anticipate on a good way on this.
Mm-hmm.
So February was 120k, in March almost 200k, and April also 160k. So in
So you're
revenue,
still just
I'm still doing a good numbers.
yeah. Nice.
And the funny thing is that you can clearly see that you update your way of thinking and your mindset. It's very clear to
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's
see.
also a part that I keep improving myself.
Mhm.
So you never too good to be to learn something.
And how are you improving yourself at this moment?
Yeah, so just reading books, listen to a lot of podcasts.
Mhm.
So there's a very big podcast in the Netherlands from the Lotgenoten,
Mm-hmm.
where they talk a lot with entrepreneurs who are further than me. So I really like to listen to that because of the way they think. And I also read a lot of biographies about big entrepreneurs. So I just read the book from Shoe Dog, from Nike owner, and now I'm reading the book about Elon Musk.
Mm-hmm.
So to copy the way of thinking.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's I also do this. I really like the book of Phil. I think he's called Phil Knight from
Yeah.
Nike. Yeah. So to quickly go back to the updates on Pinterest, because I know that like when something like this happens, same as with the CBO update, of course I get bombarded with questions. People are panicking, stressing, and a lot of the times, I mean, we switch really fast, right? With the CBO thing, within a month we had a new strategy and it was fine. I always look at it as an opportunity because it's like people are starting to do well with one strategy. There's an update and then it doesn't work and people fall off and they start to do something else, which is great because then there's more for us, right?
Mhm,
The
yeah.
market kind of resets and there's more for us again. And this skill to be able to be innovative
Mhm.
and to come up with your own strategies from what you already know, of course, because you're not going to entirely do something different. You're just going to look at, okay, this is a challenge right now. Maybe if we do this and this, basically you just start testing again, and then it starts to work again, and you find something that works, and like most people, they quit or they're still using the old strategy,
Mhm.
and for us and for you, it's just an opportunity to get a bigger market share again or to scale your business again. That's at least how I look at it. Is if there's an update or something new happens, I just look at it as an opportunity. And maybe, of course, in the beginning, you're gonna see a decrease in your sales because the way you used to do it doesn't work anymore.
Mhm.
But then, at some point, you get back to the same level or beyond that because you can, you can.
Yeah. So in March I was doing 8k a day or something, and now I'm back at 3 or 4. So I also have a setback, but like you said, I just see it as an opportunity.
Mhm.
And after it, I know the revenue will be even higher than that 8k a day.
Mm-hmm. And this 8K day, they all came from Pinterest?
Yeah.
Nice. That's crazy. And for people that have no idea how this business model works, but somehow still watch this podcast, somehow ended up here, I don't know how, but what is the revenue you make if you're doing 8K a day on average, let's say?
So a profit, you mean, or
What did I say?
revenue?
Oh, yeah. I mean, profit.
So
Mhm.
it's about 20%, 50% if I take off all the cost. Also, my employees, all the subscriptions and that kind of thing. So like 15% or something.
So that's.
So for that, I did in March. I did 195 k, so almost 200k, and revenue was like 30k or something.
30K. It's not bad.
That was
Not bad.
it was a good
Not
month.
bad.
Compared to a business administrator.
It's a
salary?
year salary, I think. So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm very curious about like what is your goal? Like you have been doing this for 3 years now. Are you planning to continue to do this for years, or do you have the desire to build a brand or take the money and invest? Like is do you have a plan with
Yeah,
what you're going
so
to do, or
yeah, I'm now fully focused on Pinterest, but I also want to to focus also on other platforms. So so if there is a setback in Pinterest, like now with the algorithm,
mm-hmm.
I don't want to to lean all on Pinterest. So I want to expand the business with other advertising platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing. So keep growing the business, and yeah, next to that. Um, Last year I also tried to start a brand, but yeah, I didn't like it. I don't want to be stuck at one product.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to I want to advertise. That's what I like the most. But yeah, maybe in the future I will set up a business, and but yeah, it doesn't have to do anything with dropshipping or branding or something, but just building a business and growing that business. That's something I really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
So just a startup with an MVP, and then building that up to yeah to a
Any idea like in what market or niche, or
yeah,
can it
no,
can
yeah.
be
So
anything?
for me, I I had a long time the feeling that I need to start a brand, but I don't know which product, and
Mm-hmm.
so that's yeah, that's something I don't know. So maybe it can be a product, it can be a service, or there's a
Software.
software. Yeah, I don't know yet.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And if we dive a little deeper, is this the thing that you live for, to build businesses and to scale? And is this what made you happy, or is it that you desire a greater vision of freedom, or what is it?
Yeah, eventually I do it for the freedom. So about in a couple of years I don't want to have to work, but I will still work because I enjoy it. So, but I don't want to be in the position that I need to work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's for me the real freedom I'm aiming for. And what was your question again?
Yeah, that was the
Okay.
question. Is this
Yeah.
what
Well,
is what you are aiming for? Is it
yeah.
that freedom, or is
Yeah.
this just life?
I started for the money, I think, but yeah, now it's just for the freedom. Money I don't care about. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like I said, I make a lot of profit per month, but yeah, I don't care. It's all about freedom for me.
Money buys freedom
Yeah,
for a big part as
yeah.
well.
For me, happiness is in growing. So if I grow my business, if I grow personally, then I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to keep growing and improving myself.
Okay. And like when you started, you also had the same, or you like, or is it like you started because of the money, then you learned about the mindset stuff, and now you realize that you want to continue to grow, or you always
Hmm.
felt like because you already went to the gym as well, so
Yeah,
there was already something that wanted to improve yourself, right? Like most people your age back then, at least, they're just partying, drinking, basically doing everything to not improve themselves.
hmm
Do you already have this feeling that you wanted to improve, or achieve
yeah,
something, or
yeah. If I now if I'm think about it, every time also I was at the internship, I couldn't really connect with that people there. So yeah, I always want to get more. So yeah, when you work in an office for 40 hours a week, if you're really focused and really are productive, you can do that work in maybe 20 hours or something. But a lot of people are talking at the coffee corner or having endless
Mm-hmm.
useless meetings.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, if I work, I be very productive, and then at 1 p.m. I'm done with the day, and I need to wait to 5 until I could get home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So and everyone was complaining that I not talking to them, or but yeah, I just do my work, and I was always very serious, and yeah, those people were not. So yeah, I couldn't connect with that people. So I always had that feeling that yeah, I wanted more.
Mm-hmm. I think I used to be that guy that didn't do his job or didn't want to do his job, and then I learned about the mindset stuff, and I also had an internship. It was my last internship, and there I was the person who was like doing all the work and making sure. I really had not like a very big responsibility, but I was basically running a web shop myself. Now looking back, like I didn't do ads or anything. Like it was not that I was really running the web shop, but like the back end and everything. And there was two other people that were doing an internship there, and they were similar to what you experienced. They were just like, well, I don't really want to be here. I don't want to do this work, and that's like I feel like how most people are. They just every chance they get to like do nothing or watch Netflix or whatever that gives them more pleasure than working, they will take it. Which
yeah, and when they feel when they feel not well, they take a day off, call themselves sick. So yeah, I never did that. If I have to do something, I am very serious and start going for it.
And this is something you always had, like when you worked in the meat factory as well. Did you also?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's something I can't relate to. I was, well, at some point there too in the cheese factory. I had a function where I had quite a lot of responsibility as well. So I did, but when I was like 15, 16, I was just playing around and just doing nothing. I think everybody has this phase, but I want to like get more into the mindset stuff. But before, I just quickly want to like give some, maybe if you can share some tips if you want to get started with Pinterest. Not necessarily right now. Of course, we can talk about what happens right now as well with the creatives and everything, but more just in general. Like, if you just look at the business, not so much the mindset stuff, what are like one or two things where which you applied, which then result into like growth? So, for example, the moment where you didn't make any profit and you started working with a coach, but you scaled to 7K very fast, like in 2020. What was it in your business which like made a difference?
Yeah, so first thing is good products. So try to find products that are selling right now. So you can also find products that no one else is selling, and then you have a big market share. But as a beginner, yeah, it's very hard to find that product, and for me also. So just find products that others are selling right now, and that have good potential to be to get sold to a big audience. And yeah, just do what works and try to improve that.
And I think like if you just start out, it's also a little bit of luck, right? You just, at least for me as well, like I was just lucky that I found a good product and I was able to scale. And I think for you, maybe in the beginning as well, like you probably didn't expect that you went from 300 euros to 7K.
Yeah, I didn't know what was happening, so I paid my ads with a credit card, and yeah, I had a limit of 20K or something. So I was on a phone the whole day to hire that limit, because yeah, I didn't know what happened. Yeah, it was crazy days. I didn't know that you can scale so fast. So my whole backend, the whole business, was not ready for it. So yeah, so if I scale myself, I wouldn't do that fast, because yeah, backend is very important.
Maybe that's a good, like a good thing that happened to you as well, because if you have done it yourself, you probably wouldn't have scaled that fast, and maybe you wouldn't even have scaled at all. Like that's what I see for some people as well. They are sitting on a really good product and they're actually getting really good results, but they're not scaling because they either don't have the money, or they think they don't have the money, or they're scared that it's going to like go away.
Yeah, so when I got blocked, I also watched back old products, And then I saw products that I killed or not scaled up with crazy high ROASs, and think, yeah, right now I think why didn't scale I didn't scale that products up, but yeah, I didn't have the knowledge. I didn't know what to do. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you have a lot of products with a high potential, but if you don't know what to do, yeah, you don't make money with it.
I think that's the importance of having someone else that's looking at your business as well, that at least understands what these numbers mean.
Yeah.
For you, it was the person who was doing your ads and at the same time teaching you. But even if it's just a coach, but it goes the other way around as well. Maybe you're thinking you're making money. This is what I've seen as well. People that think they're making money,
Mm-hmm.
and at the end they're like losing money
Mhm.
because they have hidden costs and stuff like that. So I think that's very important to have someone. It doesn't have to be a coach that you pay. I mean, that of
Yeah.
course helps a
Yeah.
lot, because then they have to help you. But even if it's just like somewhere in some community, ask someone, hey, can you just take a look at my ads, because I'm not sure what to do here.
Yeah, so when I told my story, I had 3 spikes, I think, and all those spikes came because I was working with a coach. So the first Facebook spike, I had a coach. Then that spike on Pinterest with 100K months, I had a coach.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one, yeah, I had a one-on-one with you. And then
Yeah.
you also saw a big spike. So yeah, for me, a coach's work, if you have someone who can, who can coach you, can help you one-on-one, that's the best thing to grow for me.
And now you're still like you're in a mastermind with a lot of like people who are doing decent as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you always should have someone to help you to scale. And I feel like that's what a lot of dropshippers who consistently get good results do, that like they connect with each other and they all share strategies that work. So you're one of the first to like do that.
Mhm.
Same as with you starting to get onto other platforms is because you heard from somewhere in your network that that's an opportunity right now and you can make use of that opportunity. So
Yeah, I saw someone doing 10K with Facebook.
Mhm.
So and he was also doing Pinterest, but he started Facebook at the side. So yeah, if you have those people in your network, yeah, you can
mhm.
adapt it way faster. So with that CBO update from Pinterest, it took me months to be able to back at the level where I was in August, and now I can I can switch so much faster.
Mhm.
So yeah, you see that algorithm change in Pinterest, and within a couple of weeks, I adapt to it, and now it's going good again.
Mhm. Okay, so yeah, network is extremely important. Of course, we are working on a store together as well.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna share where and what we do because I don't want other people to do this. But, yeah, let's get into some more mindset
Mm-hmm.
stuff. You just shared an important lesson more on the business side. What is an epiphany you had in mindset, or like one topic at the beginning stages in mindset where you feel like, of course, we already talked about this a little bit, but something like you have like these typical topics in mindset, right? So the burn your ships, take
Strong,
responsibility, like, you have all these different things in mindset. What was one for you that really came back? Or
Yeah, so that was, I think, the lesson of 2022, where I just was complaining and other things, find excuses. But you really have to take extreme ownership or about your own life and about your own things, and see that everything, no matter what, is your own fault. So that was a really mindset switch I had in those months.
and how do you, like, how does it work to think like that? Because when you say everything is your own fault, then someone who doesn't understand these things, how can what if I get struck by lightning? How can this be my fault?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so for example, if you're planning a business trip with your employees and it's outside, and on the day itself it starts raining, then you can complain about the weather. But if you see it as your own fault, then you need to have a backup plan for an activity inside. So if you see it as your own fault, you can learn from it, and yeah, the next time it won't happen again because you're actively doing something about it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not you can't control the weather, but you can control the things you do. And if you focus on your own things, then you can really adapt and learn and grow.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a good
right.
example.
So you mean responsibility? Your own responsibility.
If you see if you see it like this, that you are responsible for everything,
Mhm.
then you can also come up with plans and actions
Mhm.
to do something about it. Because you can complain about the weather, but the weather won't go away. Or the rain won't go away if you are complaining about it.
Mhm. Mhm. And talking about having a great network, that also applies environment. Can you tell something about how was your environment? What kind of people do you have around? How is your space, working space? Is also very important.
Yeah, I still work from my own home, so in the first years it doesn't have that big good environment.
Mm-hmm.
But offline, I'm not having that. But online, I was watching a lot of videos, reading books, listen to podcasts. So your environment doesn't have to be offline; it can also be online. So start to yeah start to connect with people that want the same thing as what you want in life, and that can also be online. And right now I'm having a good network around me of people who are doing the same, and we pushing each other further to grow even more. And that's something what's really important.
Mm-hmm.
If you have those people around you, you won't be lazy again. You keep on grinding.
And do you have some sort of advice for people who have a not supporting environment? How to get out of that?
So if you buy a course, most of the times is also a Facebook group or a community behind it, and then just talk in that community, try to connect with that people, and see if you can make some friends in there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also what I did. So in February I posted my 100K month, and since then I talked to a lot of people from the community, and also we set up a small group of other entrepreneurs who and we do weekly Zoom calls. We also going on a vacation in 2 weeks together. So that's really important to keep on to keep motivated.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, I think responsibility is very important. Your network, those two are going to help a lot.
And also go to events about e-commerce, about dropshipping or whatsoever. Go somewhere and start connecting with people.
One topic that's close to responsibility. It's not entirely the same, but it's just it's discipline. You need some discipline to take responsibility, right? It takes some discipline to say, hey, this is my fault, and taking responsibility, I would say, is still relatively easy mindset shift, right? You just have to, instead of be complaining, think about, hey, how is this my problem? How did I end up here? How did I end up complaining here? And how can I change it so that it doesn't happen in the future? Should be easy, right?
Yeah.
But still, you have people that continue to complain, and also continue to get bad results, for example. What would you say to those people that continue to complain, and how did you improve taking responsibility?
Yeah, so for me, what helped was reading 2 books. So The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People and Extreme Ownership.
Mm-hmm.
These 2 books are all about personal leadership. So that helped me a lot. And just do it. And about the discipline, I was going to the gym before I started the business, so that also helped a lot to to keep on going. And also a good book about that is Atomic Habits. So just start small. So if you want to do the same as what I do now, you you're going to quit. You can't make it because you need to start small and keep improving yourself 1% every day.
Mm-hmm.
So just change one thing. Or only if you start working 50 minutes a day on your business, do something. Start small and then building that up slowly.
Mm-hmm.
I also had another question because I'm very aware of there are many people who are watching this podcast or listening this, and because they have some struggles and they are having a hard time, and sometimes it's inspiring to listen to somebody who has all the answers. But what is even more inspiring is if you can share your struggles at the present moment, or something that is a mindset blockage at this moment. So are there any things that you are aware of that you have to learn, or what is an obstacle that you are trying to overcome in this moment based on mindset?
Um, at this moment, I don't have anything, I think. So
Mm-hmm.
Something in your business, like what do you think is like the reason, for example, why you went from 200k to 160k a month, which is like a small decrease. Of course, it's normal. It depends. It's like it heavily depends on the season and everything as well. But like, how would you go from 200k to say 500k right now? What's keeping you from getting there right now?
Mm-hmm.
Can be also in business. It doesn't have to be
Mhm.
like just mindset, but maybe that translates to mindset. Usually, it does
Indeed,
translate to mindset.
it always translates to
Yeah.
that.
So one thing I also talk a lot about with my store manager is that I'm not good at managing people. So I do a lot of my things. I did a lot of things myself in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and I really waited a long time until I build up a team because I don't like I want to do everything myself. So leading a team is one thing I find very difficult. So at this moment, I've outsourced it to my store manager, so he is leading the team and also hiring some new people. So I'm really happy with that. So I can focus more on my own things. But eventually, if I want to grow the business, it's a skill that I need to develop
Mm-hmm.
to really build a business with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So the processes and the team are that there I can develop a lot.
Yeah, I think like right now, if you just have one store manager, it's like if you're going to continue to grow in this business, but any other business as well, at some point you're gonna have multiple managers, right? You're gonna have a COO, a CFO, a CMO, like all those chief officers in all the different departments, and you're going to have to. Of course, you can have your COO do this as well, but you still have to like manage it. You still you're not going from here to like someone who doesn't have to care about all this anymore. Like there's going to get a period where you are going to have to manage and think about how you're gonna set it up and this entire team structure and manage all those guys, get the right KPIs from them, get the right data from them to grow the business, etc. Like that's kind of like I would say that your next step. So that's definitely something that you're going to have to do at some point. Like
so and that's holding me back now, I think. So when I hear all those names like CFO, COO, I get a little nervous if I need to set that up right now. So maybe that's one thing what's holding me back.
Yeah.
And then the inspiring answer and question is so we identify an obstacle or something that where you can improve. What is it that you how is your mind on this take? What do you think about it? Is it like that is something that will come later, or is it something that you wrote down, or you make a plan for it? So that is inspiring, because there are many people who are thinking, all right, so I have this issue,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm listening to somebody who has no issues. So how can he understand me?
Yeah.
So how are you dealing with those kind of things?
Most of the times I start learning about the topic by
Mhm.
reading books or
Mhm.
something. And yeah, if I really struggle with it, then yeah, I go to someone who can help me with
Mhm.
it. So back then, yeah, I did a lot of things myself, and I was very laid back about building a team.
Mhm.
And I just paid a coach who helped me with team building,
Mhm.
because yeah, I know how to build a team. There are a lot of videos about how you can build a
Mhm.
team, but for me the most important part was that he keeps me accountable.
Mhm.
So I pay him, he helped me with setting up the team, so there was no way back. I need to set up this team, otherwise I lose all the money I
Mhm.
invest in that coach.
Mhm.
So that was yeah, that's something what I do. So start learning about the topic and then hire someone who can
Yes.
help you with it.
So,
That's
you
one.
say, you would say, gather information and ask for help.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
then he also, next to helping you, he also can keep you accountable. So
Mhm.
you really need to do it.
Mhm.
So there was no way back. So yeah, I remember my first job interviews, that I needed to do back then. My English was not that good.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was I need to go very out of my comfort zone.
Mhm.
But yeah, if I didn't hire that coach, I wouldn't do it.
Mhm.
So yeah, that was the reason for me to grow.
Mm.
That's for
Yes.
a lot of things. Like it's just a matter of getting out of your comfort zone,
Mm-hmm.
and the level that you're on right now. For a lot of people, they stay on this level because, like you said, if you think about COO, CFO, like all these different names, you kind of like feel like, oh no, here we go again. Now I need to do something. I'm just at this level where
Mm-hmm.
where I'm making very good money. Now I have to switch everything
Yes.
around again to continue to the next level, and
Mhm.
that's the thing. It keeps going.
Yeah,
Like there's no end to it, right? There's
yeah,
always new obstacles on every
Indeed.
level,
yeah.
and
And
it's
so right now I'm at 20, 30K a month profit. So I also could think I stop here and just continue. But
but then the
for me,
danger is that it's you get
yeah,
comfortable and you
yeah, and
Indeed.
also for me, it's not about money. It's about freedom and about grow. So
and
yeah, I want to grow further. So
it's also not going to make you happy. If you stay on the same level, you could
mm-hmm.
say right now, okay, I'm gonna maintain this level, but it's not going to make you happy. It doesn't mean you have to grow this business. It can also be something else, but you have to have something where you can continue to learn and grow and develop for sure. Otherwise, you're just gonna be unhappy.
Yeah, for sure. So that's also the reason I want to keep growing.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Like I also have people like they know what to do. All they need is just that accountability, right?
Mhm.
I just have to. I have calls with them. I do help them. I explain the strategy, but they kind of already knew it. They could have done it themselves, but all they needed was just some extra accountability.
Yeah, yeah, that was also what I said. So I know I can find people on Upwork. I know, yeah, where I can find it. I also know which people I need to have in the business,
Hmm.
but still I didn't do it. And with a coach, yeah, I did it, and now I have a good team around me.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and maybe like you don't always have to have a coach for some things. If you already know what to do, it also helps to with the group of people that you're in to
Hmm.
just like make a contract with each other and say, hey, we're just all going to do this right now. That's going to help us grow the business, and whoever is not going to do this is going to have to, I don't know, like pay a shitload of money
Hmm.
or like do something extreme,
Mhm.
something to keep everyone accountable. That's something interesting. I don't know if you guys are doing this, but it's interesting.
Yeah,
If
Mhm.
I remember the first call we did. So we were talking about goals for this year. And first, my goal was doing 1.5 million in revenue. and yeah, everyone was saying it can be much more. So right now my goal is 4 million. So together with that group, you pushing yourself, and also all the goals for those people in the group are also 4 million. And yeah, everyone, if we hadn't that group, yeah, maybe it was 1 million or something. So
yeah, that's good. And of course, like goals are fun, but you also like need to keep each other accountable, right? There needs to be some pain linked to not getting there.
yeah,
It doesn't have to be on the goal itself. It could also be like a weekly call where you guys say, okay, what is your current struggle right now? So the struggle that you said, it's like the thing that you have to do is like expand the team probably, and then you can say, okay, so Gerben is going to expand his team. You're gonna get 3 weeks. If you don't do it, there's like a consequence to it. That's what I've done with accountability partners or like mastermind groups as well. That's really going to push you, because then you have to do it.
Yeah, that's
kind of like
that's a good tip.
You're just making a fun bet, kind of like.
Yeah, we don't do it right now, but that will definitely help.
Eat some cat food.
Yeah, something like this. Like it can be like, yeah, it's just, but it's like as long as you make the pain big enough, then you're going to do it. Okay, I think we have been going for like almost 1 hour and 15 minutes or something. Maybe if you guys want to share one final thing, one tip for that person who just got their Facebook accounts blocked right now.
Switch to Pinterest.
Switch to Pinterest.
Yeah, don't give up. If I can do it, you can do it too. I'm not special, not at all. So if I can do it, you can also do it. But yeah, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of work, and yeah, you really need to sacrifice things to get where you want to be. But it's worth it.
And it's going to work out.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Great. This is the ring that says we need to end the podcast. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you for watching and listening to the Freecom podcast.
And on to the next one.